Hello. I didn't notice the time. I had the radio on and the pips went, so I thought, oh, it's 11 o'clock. I better hurry up. Right. Welcome to Wednesdays and the only now functional fitness class, because I don't do the Monday one anymore. I'm a bit jerky. I'm a bit worried about my connection again, actually, because last time it was jerky. Right. I don't know if I'm going to have any new viewers, so I always work on the assumption that there will be new people here. So for those of you that have been with me a little while, just do some knitting or something. So the class is suitable for all levels of fitness. If you can't do, we do 10 reps of everything, 10 repetitions. If you can't do 10, that's fine. Do 1, do 2, do 3, do however many you can. And you will be able to eventually increase the numbers that you do as you get fitter. The chair is there for some of the exercises. We use the chair, and others hang on, my phone's going off. I'm wondering if it's people saying we can't see you, which if you can't is a bit of a pain, isn't it? All right, it's all right, I think. Delia, I'm compelled to answer the phone, so I've gone. Oh no, am I back again? Oh, I haven't had any. Excuse me a minute. Right. Sorry about this. Oh, why have I gone? Why? Right. Sorry, we'll just have to wait for Delia. If you can hear, well, you can see me. Well, I'm just going to keep going because it looks okay to me. It's not telling me that I'm offline. Back, right. Let's hope that it stays here now. So, as I was saying, this class is suitable for everybody. If you can't do 10 reps, just do 1, 2, 3, however many you can. The chair is there for you to sit in if you get really, really tired. We also use it for exercises. If you, we use exercise bands. If you haven't got any, just do the movements without the bands. It's only a couple of exercises that we use the bands for, but you may want to buy some. And I'm going to put up a video about how to buy exercise bands. And I think that's it. And the class is in 3 parts. There's a warm-up, the main body of the exercise, and then there's the stretching at the end. So without further ado, well, a little bit of ado, I'm just going to turn this down slightly. We're going to start the warm-up, and we start the warm-up just by walking on the spot. Nice and gentle. Swing your arms a little bit, slightly exaggerated, to warm up your shoulders. Because what we're trying to do is not just warm up the muscles. When you do a warm-up, you're trying to warm up the joints as well, so that they function as they should. So, if you can, do it on your toes. If you can't, it doesn't matter. But place your foot down. Don't go thumping like that. Place your foot down. Little fairy footsteps. So we're going to do that for a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Right, the next thing we're going to do is put a hand on our shoulder. Make your arm like a wing so it sticks out from your body. Imagine you've got a pencil sticking out your elbow, and we're going to do 5 nice big circles back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just your arm moves, and then forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mobilizing these shoulders again. Same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabulous. Last one on the shoulders, just for the time being, is cross your arms over if you can, so that if you can get your elbows one on top of the other, fine. If you can only get to there, that's absolutely fine. If you can only get to there, that's absolutely fine. Just whatever you can do. Don't force anything. So, and we're just going to bring the arms back and then back. 2, you can change which arm goes on top. 3, 4, 5, 6, nice and straight. 7, 8, 9, Try and keep your, when you're doing that, try and keep your arms at shoulder height. Try not to let them drop. Try and keep your elbows at sort of shoulder height. Okay? Last thing we're going to do before we go into our little routine. Have your hands here at your waist, and you're just going to bring your knees up to touch your hand. Now, if you can't get your knees hand, it doesn't matter. Don't lower your hand, because the object of this exercise is to get your knees up rather than your hands down, as it were. If you want to, you can do it on your toes. That makes it a bit more difficult, balance-wise, as you can tell with me wobbling all over the place, although I'm okay now. And if you wanted to, you could also add in a little twist every now and again. So maybe go two, twist, twist. You see, it's not that easy to balance. So this is not only mobilizing your hips. Sorry, I'm forgetting what I'm doing. It's also good for your balance. So we'll just do 3, 2, 1. Okay, right, our little routine. This routine that we do is great because it's good for balance, it's good for strength, it's good for coordination, it's good for flexibility, it's good for, what have I missed out? I think that's about it. So, and it's good for memory as well. So we're going to start just by doing a heel dig, and at the same time anchor your elbows, and we're going to do a bicep curl with the opposite arm. Okay, so just check you're doing opposite arm and leg, and you're still doing the heel digs. 3, 2, 1. The next part is just to take a step out, have prayer hands, and you're going to push the air out. When you're doing this, try and keep your knees pointing forward. Imagine you've got headlights on your knees and they need to point forward. And this is good because you're standing on one leg for momentarily, which strengthens that leg, and also it's good for your balance. 3, 2, 1. And next one, step back. And at the same time, have your hands here at chest height, and you push them out as you step back. Make sure you're stepping back. A certain person, when I was on Steph's packed lunch, a certain person wasn't able to step back, wasn't able to follow instructions actually, and was stepping forward. Splay your hands. Give your hands a bit of a nice workout as well. 3, 2, 1. Next one is a toe tap. So you're just going to tap your toe forward, and at the same time, just swing your arm as if you were just going for a nice walk, nice relaxed walk. 3, 2, 1. Now, we're going to put all that together and make it into a sort of routine, a warm-up routine. So, I mean, this can be done anytime as well. It's quite good for just pecking you up. So we're going to do heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. I'm going to go slightly faster. Side, and then back, and then toe tap. And then heel dig, side, back, toe tap. 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 One last time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right, hopefully you are nice and warmed up now. I know I'm quite hot actually. We're going to go into the main body of the exercise now. Hello. And we're going to start, as we always do, with the squat. Now, squats are really important exercises to do. I met somebody from a class I used to do on last Friday, and I asked her if she was still doing squats because she was the squat queen. And she says, yes, I'm still doing 40 every day. She doesn't do 40 straight off, I don't think. I think she does them in bouts of 10. But with squatting, technique is really important. And squatting is not bending your knees, it's sticking your bottom out. It's sitting down without the chair, okay? And that's really important. Your knees don't come in, but you don't have to go right down like that. You need quite strong thighs and glute muscles to do that. If people can't squat, it's usually because the thighs and glutes are not strong enough, and you need to build up to it like everything else. So you can just go down like that. So if you can feel your thighs under tension, that's fine. Stay like that and then up. If you're feeling a little bit unsure because you are sort of sitting back, the weight is on your heels, use the chair. Don't hang on to it, but just use it as a bit of balance, and you can just go down. Your torso stays, you're not bending forward like that. Your torso stays as upright as possible, and you can do that. So I'm going to do free squats. You do what you can, and you do as many as you can. If you can't do 10, fine. Do 1, 2, 3, however many. There's nobody watching you anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, but technique is all. So go down. 1. I usually have my hands out here to balance me. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to face this way so as you can see my knees aren't going in. 6, so you can see what it looks like from the front. 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. The next one we're going to do, I need my phone because I need the stopwatch on my phone. We're going to do boxing. And I quite like this one. Oh, those squats have made me puff and pant. Right. I'm going to put the timer on for 30 seconds. We're going to do 2 lots of boxing. And what you're going to do is you're going to have your feet hip width apart, hands here, and you're going to go out. It's straight out with your arms. Feels weird with my left arm because my left arm isn't as strong as my right. You're not going up like that. You're not going down like that. It's straight out. And we're going to do it in bouts of 3. So 1, 2, 3. So are we ready? On your marks, set, off we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Straight out. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Halfway. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah. Oops. What's happened? Oh. Just have a couple of seconds rest. And we're going to do it again. So let me check if I've got this right. Right. Okay, are we ready? Ready, off we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting 1, 2, 3. But if you can't go at this speed or rhythm, you do what you want. Or if you want to go faster, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's difficult to count down and keep up the 1, 2, 3 rhythm. Found that quite difficult. Right. Whoa-wee, I'm hot. Maybe I should have turned the heating off before I started doing this. Right, we're going to do side bends, which those of you that know me know is probably my least favourite, but it's really good for your core. So we're going to start with feet slightly wider than hip width apart. I'm just going to go down to the side. If you can get your hand, you don't lean forward, not leaning back. If you can get your hand to your knee, fine. If it goes to there, fine. But aim for your knee or just below your knee eventually. If you want to, you can put your hand above your head, only if you want to. But if you do, keep your arms straight so that you're actually using the muscles and it's not just sort of flopping. So we're going to go. That's one. We're going to do 10 each side. Don't do it too fast. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woof! Hot, hot. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, suddenly fell backwards there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. The next 3 exercises concentrate on your arms because it's really important to have mobile shoulders and stronger arms, and these strengthen your back as well, so it's good for your posture. So the first one we're going to do is just lift one arm up by your ear. If you can't get it up by your ear, just bring it up to where you can, don't force it, and the other one comes back. So I'm going to do that, alternating arms 10 times. So we're going to go 1, nice and slow and controlled. 2, don't flail your arms around because 3, you can risk dislocating it. 4, my right arm, 5, is much more mobile, 6 than my left. 7, probably because I'm right-handed. 8, 9, 10. And then without blinking, I'm going to go down on my knees so as you can see what my hands are doing. Standing with your hands, your palms against your thigh, turn your hands outwards, bring them up, turn them again, and down. 1, turn, turn, 2. If you can't get them above your head, just do what you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, the third one, we're going to stand with our arms like this, elbows at 90 degrees. Again, do what you can. And then you bring your elbows together. If you can't get your elbows together, go as far as you can. It will come eventually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done if you managed all those. Right, we're going to do some balance exercises. Now, this is where we went off last week, unfortunately, but hopefully it won't do the same this week. So I used to do balancing, just standing on one knee and then doing around the clock and things. And they're good, I'm not decrying them, but they're slightly artificial because when you're walking, that's when you're balancing. You very seldom fall if you're not doing anything, if you're just standing still. So we're going to try this. Move this out the way. So we're going to start with the right leg and go take 3 steps, 2, 3, and then lift that leg. And then, if you can, starting with the leg that's up, you're going to go back 2, 3, and that brings your right leg up again. If you can't do, if you're not happy or you're not confident walking backwards, when you get here, turn round, lift your left leg, and go back 2, 3, turn round, and start with your right leg again. Okay? I'm going to try and do 10 of those. So 1, 2, 3, and back or turn 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, back 2, 3. Whoop. Forward 2, 3, back 2, 3. I'm counting on my fingers here. Forward 2, 3, back 2, 3. This is number 5. That's 5. Got 5 more to do. 1, 2, 3. Back 2, 3. Forward 2, 3. Back 2, 3. Oops. I was doing so well as well. 1, 2, 3. I think this is 8. I've lost count. I need to have stones in my pockets like the umpires do. On Thursdays I run up hills, up and down hills, and I aim to do 6 repetitions, but it's quite a long way. Each hill cycle is about half a mile. Back 2, 3. And because I'm running and thinking about other things, I lose count. So I have to have 6 pennies with me, and I transfer them so that I don't have to get caught up in the counting. It's a bit sad, really, isn't it? Right, well done if you managed that. Now, the first exercise that we're going to use the bands, we're going to do a bicep curl. So, put your band on the floor and stand on it. Just like that. I use 2 feet. Anchor your elbow into your waist. Don't move your elbow. It's only your forearm that's going to move. Hold the band. I'll come a bit nearer so that you can see. You don't need to see my feet for this one. Oh, I don't suppose you need to see the top of my head either, but would be quite nice to be in. And then you're just going to close your elbow. You're not going to lift your elbow up at all. I've seen people doing this. It's just closing your elbow. So that's, and have enough tension so that when your elbow's at 45, your forearm is at 45 degrees, if you let go of the band, it would plonk down. So that this muscle, your bicep, which is the one you're exercising, is always under tension. So we're going to do 10 each side, and you don't rock. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had quite a lot of tension on that band. That was quite, by the time number 8 came up, I was thinking, oh, I'll be glad when this is finished. So the thing with a band is it's versatile. You can alter the tension. Right, we're ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got the tension too strong again. 10. The thing is with exercise, you need to challenge yourself a bit. If you make it just really easy, you're not getting any benefit from it. And the whole point of this class as functional fitness is to work all your muscles that you need to help you with day-to-day living. So it's in your own interest to not make it so hard that you can't do it, but to make it hard enough so that by the time you get to about 7 or 8 in any repetition, you're thinking, I'll be glad when this is over. Next one, you need the chair. And you just need the chair just because you're just going to hold on to it just for balance. If you can do it without the chair, very well done. And it's called rock the boat. So the squat works your gluteus maximus, but you've also got a gluteus medius and a gluteus minimus. It's like daddy bear, mummy bear, and baby bear. So mummy bear and baby bear are more at the side. And so you need to exercise those. And one of the ways you can do that is just by lifting your leg to the side, just to the side like that. If it was your arm, it would be going up like that. You don't turn, your foot doesn't point any way except for front. And you lift it, you don't kick it. You lift it, try not to move your torso, and then you place it down. And then we're going to go straight into doing the other one. Okay, so that was just a demonstration. We're going to start now. So 1, 2, just feel your legs moving. 3, 4. This one never gets any easier. 5, because as you get stronger, 6, you're able to lift your leg higher. 7, so it still feels difficult. 8, 9, 10. Oh, I could feel that. 9 and 10 were quite hard. How about you? Ooh. See, I only do that once a week now, really. Right. I'm going to be kind to you and let you sit down now. This is the other one that you need the band for. Just let me move my phone out the way because I'm going to be sitting down. So, sitting in the chair, sit at the front of the chair and stretch your legs out in front with your toes pointing back. And you need your toes pointing back because you're going to loop the band over your toes into your instep, hopefully. You're going to sit up nice and straight. If you need to, you're going to work your arms a bit down the band and then sit up so that the band is under tension. I'm going to move my chair so that you can see what my arms are doing. You don't need to do what my legs are doing because your legs just stay there. Your legs and your feet do not move. I've seen people try to do this with their heels off the floor. Impossible. Sitting up nice and straight, holding on to your band like this, and you're just pulling back. You're not lifting up, you're just pulling back. If your elbows touch the back of the chair, shuffle a bit forward, a bit more forward on the chair. Try and squeeze your shoulder blades together and then release. Don't let the band ping your arms down. Everything is under your control. So we're going to do it again. 2, this is great for your arms and your shoulders and your back. 3, and as older women, 4, we need a strong back. I get asked about posture. 5, 6, actually, I'll tell you something that Joan Bakewell said. 7, 8, when I've stopped trying to count. 9, 10. Anywhere where you feel it, your muscle's getting a bit tired, that's the muscles that's working. So I felt it there, just across the back of my, across my shoulders. But I think it does, yeah, it works. It works quite a lot of the back muscles and works the scapula as well. Yes. Joan Bakewell, who I really admire, said that one of the things that stops you looking your age is good posture. And I do get asked about posture quite a bit. And one reason we need to strengthen the back is because posture, you know, this posture that we have, that's because your back muscles aren't strong and can't hold you up. And because, particularly if we're sitting watching telly or knitting or using the computer, we're hunched and our chest muscles become tight. And so we get that hump. But if you can walk upright, it's amazing how many years it knocks off you. Seated row. Ooh, sumo. We're going to do another squat, but we're going to do a squat with a difference. We're going to do a sumo squat, you know, like you see in the sumo wrestlers. So we're going to have our feet quite wide. And we're going to have, our legs quite wide and our feet at about 45 degrees. I'm going to turn sideways so as you can see. And it's the same principle as the other squat. You go down like that. You don't go down like that. It's your bottom sticking up. You can't really, well, I can't really go quite as far down as I can on the normal squat. So we're going to do 10. If you only want to go down to there, fine. But you can feel the tension in your knees, even just going down a little bit. And it's these muscles here. It's mummy bear and baby bear glutes again that you're doing. Is that patronizing to call them that? It's just saying medial gluten. Gluteus medius and gluteus minimus every time. It's a bit tedious, gluteus tedious. Right, so we're going to go down and up. So you can touch the floor. Oh, I can just with my fingertips too. Didn't manage it that time. 3. Oh, 4. It's quite hard, this. 5. I'm going to stop trying to touch the floor. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Whew. How was that? Right. It's made me puff a bit. Right. We've got one last exercise before we go, and that is our high intensity interval training exercise. Now you might think, oh, not high intensity. But the high intensity bit is running on the spot very, very quickly. Just tiny little steps, tiny little steps. Really give it some welly as much as you can. Get your arms going. They won't go as quickly as your feet. Try not to hunch. If you start it and you feel any pain in your chest, breathing difficulties other than normal panting, like I'm doing at the moment, sit down, stop immediately. If you don't want to do it, absolutely fine. If you don't feel confident doing it, absolutely fine. It is very good for you though. And we're going to do 20 seconds of that with a 40-second rest. Somebody's written something. Nikki, thank you so much. I haven't finished yet, Nikki. So, are we ready? I'm just going to set me stopwatch. 20 seconds of this, 40-second rest, and then we're going to do that 3 times. Okay? On your marks, set, go. $17, $18, $19, $20. Well done. We'll just rest for 40 seconds now. Just get your breath back. There's something I was going to mention, but I can't remember what it was. Nope, it's gone. Old age. I would advise you to do at least 2 of these classes. They're all recorded on YouTube. Or if you don't want to do a full-blown class, pick some of my smaller videos. 3, 2, 1. Off you go again. To be continued. "17, 18, 20. Yes, so sometimes you don't want to do a full sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, you haven't got time. Is to do some of my standalone ones. I'm trying to get more and more sort of 5-10 minute exercises up on the YouTube channel. I mean, the wake up one, somebody said the other day when I met my class again, that they do my 5-minute wake up exercises. She says she finds them really helpful. So have a little browse on my YouTube channel. As I say, I'm trying to get more and more standalone videos up there. We're just about to go again. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Last time, give it some welly. "17, 18, 19, 20. Right, so just get your breath back. And whilst you're getting your breath back, before we go into the stretching, just hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you can subscribe to my channel, that would be fantastic. If you've enjoyed the class, underneath in the comment section, you'll find a link to buy me a coffee. You can buy me a coffee if you want to, but there's no obligation. And if you want to, you can go on my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page. You can get in contact with me there through messaging, or you can find out more about fitness. Just to try and gauge a little bit of reaction. Somebody suggested that in addition to the page, I start an Over 50 Fitness actual group, so that people that like it, I mean, you can comment on my Facebook page, but that people in the group, it would be a private group for members only, and people could discuss things. And I don't know what people think about that. In some ways, I think it's a good idea, but in other ways, it seems to be duplicating what my page does. Let me know what you think, though, because then people, I don't know, people might feel more comfortable talking in a private group. I don't know. Anyway, are you sufficiently rested now? We're going to go into hit like as well if you've liked the content. So subscribe, like, buy me a coffee, Over 50 Fitness. What do you think about a group? What's your posture? That's the messages from today. Right, stretching. So get your chair. Oh, I started that sentence with so. I hate politicians. Oh, I was listening to the other day, and he answered every single question with, well, look. And I wanted to hit him. Right, front leg bent, back leg straight. Heel on the ground, both heels on the ground, in fact, and lean forward. If your back leg if you can't get the heel on the ground, your back leg's out too far, bring it in a little bit. And then very gently bend your knee, and your heel will come off the ground, but you should feel, if you put a little bit of weight on that leg, you should feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles tendon. And then repeat on the other side. Make sure your feet are both pointing in the same direction. And then gently bend your knee. Feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles tendon. Okay. Next one we're going to do is we're going to stretch the thighs, because you have been working them quite hard with the 2 types of squats. And also doing that still works them. So if you want to, you can grab your foot or your ankle or your trouser leg or what have you, and you're standing there, bring your knees together, stand up nice and straight. You can use it as a balancing exercise if you want, but if you can't do that, and I'm tending to favor this now, put your hands behind your back and see if you can kick them with your heels. And that way you're actually stretching your quads, quadriceps, but you're also using the hamstrings, which are these muscles at the back of your leg. I mean, raising your leg like that is actually a specific hamstring exercise. So doing this, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Sorry, if you're holding onto your ankle, You should be doing that by now. And if you're doing this, do this. So if you have been doing the one-legged stance, the flamingo, swap legs. If you're doing this, which is dynamic stretching, we are dynamic, aren't we? Keep doing this. It does work, because when I first started it was a bit difficult to reach my hand with my ankle, with my heel, ankle. But now it's quite easy. 3, 2, 1. Right. Having given your hamstrings a good workout, we're now going to give them a bit of a stretch. So sit in the chair. Oops. Knees at 90 degrees. Let me move this back a bit so I'm not in the banister's way. Or the banister's not in my way. Check your posture. Sitting up nice and straight. Just put your hands above your head. And put your hands down. And that sort of sets your posture. One leg out in front, toe pulled back, and then you're going to lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. So you're leaning forward rather than collapsing down onto your leg. Imagine you've got an eye in your chest and you're looking forward. Try and keep your toe pulled back. I can feel this all down my whole leg, actually, not just in my hamstrings. And however far down you go is for you. Don't go further than you're capable. And then sit up. If you feel a little bit wobbly or feel insecure doing it with a chair like this, put the chair against the wall. And other one, toe pulled back, reset your posture, and then forward. Oh, and then up, up, up. Last one on the legs is we're trying to do the hip flexors here. If your hip flexors are not nice and loose, oh, I used to do this one, didn't I? If your hip flexors, I might add this one actually. If your hip flexors are not nice and loose, and your back muscles are loose, that's what gives you the stooped and the old person shuffle, because you can't sort of stretch out your legs and walk. So sitting sideways on the chair and at the front of the chair. That used to confuse people when I said that. Sideways and at the front. And one leg is out behind you. Oh, I've still got that injury slightly. Woo-hoo. Hip flexors are difficult to stretch because they're sort of inside quite deep muscles, so they are quite difficult to stretch. And then switch over. Other leg back. Your torso stays upright. And your leg goes back. Again, at your own capability. Okay, standing up. Arms at shoulder height, palms facing forwards. And you're going to go round the tree, so it's like that rather than like that. So if you're grabbing a tree, hands at shoulder height, and dip your head. And this stretches the big muscles at the top of your back, the big shoulder muscles, because you've been using those today, quite a bit in fact. Try and get your shoulder blades apart. That's the feeling you're going for. And then, if you can, interlock your fingers behind your back. If you can't do that, try and get your elbows together. Not manage it, of course. If you're interlocking your fingers, lift your arms up. And that will give you the stretch across your chest, because we're trying to get that chest nice and stretchy. Some things you don't want to be too stretchy, but the muscles in your chest you do. Hold it there. And then finally, we've gone from the heels right up to the neck. We're going to, sitting in the chair nice and comfortably. Don't use the back of the chair to support you. Use your own back to support you. Dip your head. And then put your hand on your crown, but don't push. Just let the weight of your head push your hand down slightly. And then look up. And then turn your head as far as you can to the left. And then take your right hand and put it on the right hand side of your face. And then try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with the hand. So you're creating tension in your neck. And then relax the tension and turn your head slightly more to the left. And it should be able to go, even if it's only a millimeter, it should be able to turn a little bit more. Doing that sort of stretch should give you a little bit more movement. And then bring your head back to the center. And then turn your head to the right. Left hand on your cheek. Try and turn your head back to the center. Resist. And then relax and see if you can turn your head a bit more. And then bring your head back to the center. And there we go. That's the end of Wednesday. So that was about 47. Sorry for the false start at the beginning. If you've got friends that you think might like this, or, you know, if you can drag more people into it, or spread the word about me, or subscribe or like, or what have you, I'd be very grateful. And I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you very much. Let me know what you think about the group, about starting a group. I actually had a dream about that last night. Sad person that I am. Right, see you next Wednesday. Bye.